Welcome to this week's edition of Netlinked Weekly, where we have news about what's hot and awesome deals and tips for how to use the NCIX website and all that kind of great stuff. So I accidentally left my clicker on the floor, so I'm just going to go ahead and advance to the next slide. So it is NCIX's massive Labor Day sale event with $4.99 shipping for your entire order as long as it's over $50 and under 100 pounds. And don't forget, guys, as usual, there's a picture of me somewhere in the banner, which you can find on the banner vault, which is linked below. And I actually haven't been able to find this one, although I think part of it is due to the color depth on this TV, because I was looking for one of the previous week's ones that I couldn't find, and I looked for it again at home, and I was able to find it no problem. So there's no prize. You just have the satisfaction of finding the hidden Easter egg. So because I accidentally screwed things up and we did our interview before I did the deals, but with this background on it, I'm going to go ahead and introduce our special guest for the week. So our special guest this week is Brian from Assembly. So say hi to Brian, everyone.
Hello.
You didn't say hi to Brian, everyone.
Oh, okay.
Okay, let's try that one more time, guys. Say hi to Brian, everyone.
Hello, Brian. What?
You're killing me here. So, Brian, actually, I'm going to let Brian introduce himself. Tell us a little bit about what you do.
Well, basically, I do assembly in NCIX. I help Ivan build all the, basically, prototypes of the systems you see every week. All the overclocks, dream machines, even the lower end ones are all built by me.
So, have you always built all the prototypes, or is this kind of a new thing for you?
Ever since I actually started working here, 2 months after, it's like, hey, do you want to build prototypes? I was like, okay.
Okay, well, I can tell you that's because the Russian himself used to build all the prototypes, and he's incredibly busy with a lot of the other stuff he's doing these days. So, Brian, why don't I get you to tell me a little bit about the process that goes into a prototype with the prototype of the system we'll be introducing this week.
All right. So what you see here is one of our newest prototypes. This is a computer based off of Guild Wars 2. As you can see from the color scheme, it matches exactly like Guild Wars 2.
Red stripes.
I know.
Bam!
So basically, the process of building a prototype involves basically putting it into our price region. So how much is the game going to be like? How popular it is and how fancy it is.
So how much is someone going to want to spend on a dedicated rig to play Guild Wars 2?
Exactly.
And then what system can we build to run the game at a fantastic sort of experience level? Okay, so tell us about this machine. I've got the side panel open now. So get yourself a better angle here. I'll just get out of the way.
So this machine here can play Guild Wars 2 at high settings at a constant 60 FPS. What we do is we research what the game needs, and from what we see, it only needs a 7850 and a quad-core Intel 3470. So what you see is one of the quietest and cheapest heatsinks is a Hyper 212. This is a reference 7850, and the board is a Z77A G43.
So how's the performance of the Hyper 212, and how's the cooling of the system overall? Because with a 3450 and a 7850, this isn't like an extreme gaming machine, but what do you guys do to make sure that it's still pretty legit?
Well, it's not extreme, but for its price, it's one of the best for Guild Wars 2 and any other games you want to play. The 7850 is also one of the best mainstream cards you can also purchase. And for this heatsink, in my opinion, it's unbeatable at its price.
Cool. So what do you guys do with this to make sure that every one of these systems that we actually build to send to a customer is going to work 100% right out of the box? No problem.
We have like a quality control assertive. So basically, we check to see if the lighting is properly taped down or glued down or whatnot.
Right.
All the cables are also glued down, so they don't, during shipping or pickup, they don't like jitter and then they get stuck in a fan or something. For these bigger heat sinks, for shipping, we put in like bubble wrap in case this would like fall off during shipping during the basically turbulence.
Have you seen that happen before? Like, does that actually happen?
Sometimes it does. No matter how much bubble wrap, like a Noctua D14, it'll just pop right out.
Okay then.
For these DVD drives and these ones, we make sure these tabs are in. And for the DVD drive, since this is a special one, there's a cover on it, so we actually have to use screws on this too. Other than that, we also check to see if the RAM is compatible, to see if it works fully. Okay. And in this case, it works. Everything's tested for. and then during the burn-in phase of it, we see if everything is working together too with the clock speed.
What inspires you when you're working with the Russian on these configs? I mean, are you a gamer?
I am a gamer.
What's your game?
League of Legends, Counter-Strike Source, Counter-Strike Go, Unreal Tournament 2K4, Unreal Tournament 3. I gotta name them all.
So if these guys wanted to know who they were playing with, what handles do you go by in all those games? So they'll know they're playing with a legit NCIX employee who legit designs gaming machines every day.
My handle in all the games is also my forum name. It's Be Loud. Well, basically it's my first initial and my last name, Be Loud. And you put a D on it, it's just Be Loud. And then
oh wow.
Yeah.
All right, I think that pretty much wraps this up. Thank you for being our special guest today,
problem.
Brian. Haha, thanks Brian for joining us. That's a fantastic gamer handle. He's gone, he can't hear what I'm saying. So let's move right along to the top featured deals this week. So we've got, this isn't even the top feature. See, I'm the one who did the PowerPoint this week, not Slick, because he's at PAX, and so you can tell that I haven't done this very many times. Actually, we're going to do the tipper trick on how to use the NCIX website. So I'm going to show you guys customer reviews. Customer reviews are pretty simple. All you got to do to view them is just check out the stars at the bottom of any product page, and you'll see that this CPU, for example, has 72 customer reviews and averages 4.5 stars. I'm going to alt-tab out to a browser here. I'm going to try. And I'm going to show you, once you click on that, you will get a massive list of all of the reviews, including whether they recommend the product as well as how many stars they give it. So stars can be taken off for anything. I don't know why this guy gave it 4 stars. Got it with a bundle deal, running well, haven't gotten to overclocking yet, but can't go wrong with this processor or Intel, 4 stars. You can also see who is a verified owner, that is to say they've submitted their NCIX invoice before they do their review. And guys, it's great to be a verified owner because of a couple things. So number one, people will take your review more seriously. You can submit your own reviews, of course, with the add review button here. And number two, you will earn more points. So you can earn NCIX rewards points by submitting reviews, whether you're a verified owner or not. But if you are a verified owner, you'll get additional points for submitting reviews for products that you've purchased. So this one's got a nice long list of reviews. You can go down to the bottom and you can read all 72 member reviews, should you so desire. And don't forget, we did a Netlinked weekly tip on this before in the past, but besides the reviews, you can also check out what people had to say about this product in the forum by navigating down to the NCIX forum messages. So you can see all kinds of cool stuff there. Let's go back to our slideshow, Netlinked Weekly 10 from the current slide. I know, very disorganized this week. Just blame Slick, even though he's not here. Top deals for this week. We've got the EVGA GTX 550 Ti for $79.99 after a mail-in rebate. Even at $104.99, if you guys don't like mail-in rebates, that's already a killer price. Add in the mail-in rebate, and $80 for a 550 Ti is absolutely untouchable. I can pretty much guarantee this is the best deal anywhere in the world for a 550 Ti. Moving right along, we've got Innovation Cooling IC7 Diamond. That's their 7 carat. Now, 7 carat isn't a different formula from the 24 carat one. Remember, guys, carat is a measurement of weight, not quality for diamonds. So by calling it the 7 carat tube, that just is the size. Okay, so the 24 carat one is a little over 3 times as much thermal goop, should you so desire. However, at $5, this one's a great deal. This is an excellent thermal compound. Move right along to the next one. I just saw this and I was like, this just seemed like a really good deal. It's like half price DVD-ROM drive. I can't imagine who has any use for a DVD-ROM drive these days, but it's $10. So if you, for whatever reason, don't need a burner and you want a DVD-ROM drive, $10. So 2 terabyte drive, $90 is the Seagate drive. This is one of their Power of One drives, so it does have 1 terabyte platters, which is great. And 1 terabyte platters basically mean better performance, better reliability, and sort of no way to go wrong on that one. Hard drive prices continue to decline. And this one's a great deal too. So this is a Valley by Cisco router. They're pretty much clearing these out, and it's $20. So again, Cisco for $20. And our weekly news. Again, this is a horrible, horrible slide, and the cameraman's probably like shaking his head in disgust internally. Actually, NCIX cameraman is helping me film this week because, again, slicks away at PAX. So Windows 8, so much angst. We've done Tech Tips Live where you guys have submitted that you have no intention of upgrading to Windows 8. Like the vast majority of just have no interest in it. But some of it's misinformation out there. So some people believe that Windows 8 is going to perform worse for games than Windows 7. They're based on the same kernel. It's going to be pretty much identical in terms of performance on any kind of a high-end machine. And because it's lightweight and designed for tablets, Windows 8 should even perform better than on Windows 7 for low-end machines where system resources are going to be strained. Now, something to bear in mind, guys, is this is another paradigm shift. Those of you who are lamenting the loss of the Start menu probably haven't been doing this long enough, or maybe you have and you've just forgotten, to remember how angry people were about the Start menu when it was introduced with Windows 95. What was wrong with Windows 3.1, where all of my stuff was just arranged like this on the screen and I could access it wherever it was at any time? You know what? That's what we're going back to. Metro interface, in my opinion, actually isn't that different from Windows 3.1, which I loved, by the way, and I didn't see the point of the Start menu from the very beginning. And I don't know about you guys, but I very rarely use the Start menu anymore anyway. I'm always using my jump list, I think is what it's called, and then I'm using my favorites and quick navigation on the side to get wherever I need to go. I almost never touch the Start menu except to press Start and type in a search, which is way more efficient anyway. So I don't think it's that big of a deal. I'm not necessarily 100% on board with being forced to use the not Metro but something else interface. But I think we'll get used to it, especially as the devices evolve to properly take advantage of it. This was just announced. This is Samsung's Series 5 Ultrabook, featuring not only a proper Core i5 processor and like proper PC spec and keyboard and touchpad and all that kind of stuff, but a full touchscreen. If you've got a tablet, you probably know what I'm talking about, but how many times have you guys been, sorry, I'm just going to step off camera for a second. How many times have you guys been sitting there using a computer that has a keyboard and mouse and gone, oh, I need to scroll down this web page, and you're almost tempted to touch the screen and go like this? Cameraman, have you ever felt that way? If you're used to using your smartphone or your tablet, it's a very natural thing now to touch your screen. So this is what I think is the future of portable devices. Not a tablet, because a tablet will never replace a proper computer. And not just a normal computer, because there's something elegant about browsing using apps that are very smooth and feel good to use and using your hands. So this is the device that I believe is going to really make Windows 8 shine. I don't think Windows 8 is going to be anything special on your desktop PC, and I personally probably won't be upgrading my desktop from Windows 7 to Windows 8 immediately, but I plan to spend a lot of time on it with a device like this. And I think that pretty much covers it for Netlinked Weekly. I hope you guys enjoyed the show, and as always, okay, I've noticed that some people are leaving dislikes on Netlinked Weekly like right away before they even have a chance to watch it. So if you guys are enjoying what you're seeing, please leave a comment. If you're not enjoying what you're seeing, please leave a comment. Like and dislike is sort of interesting for me to look at, but it doesn't give me feedback on how to improve the show. So guys, participate. That's the most important thing. I do read almost every comment that gets left under a video for the first few days. So please reach out to me, and if you have other feedback, also you can tweet at me at LinusTech on Twitter. Don't forget to subscribe.